Okay, so you've clicked this link because you want to know what to do with a brooding chicken. Well, so do I. But what I've found is a lot of interesting stuff on the internet that I'll share with you, and then I'll share what I've done at the end. Brooding chickens are interesting because they sit, and they prefer to sit and nest rather than go out and mingle on the outside with the others in the flock. So that by itself isn't too bad. The problem with a brooding chicken is if you're trying to get eggs out of the deal, brooding chickens really screw everything up because brooding chickens inspire other chickens to brood at the same time, number one. Number two, because they spend most of their time inside the nest box over here and not a lot of time outside over here mingling and socializing, they tend to be ostracized, and over a period of 2 or 3 weeks of them being out of circulation, except for just coming down and grabbing bits of food and water, they get picked on, and they get sent all the way down to the bottom of the pecking order, and if they're not with it, they will get cannibalized. It's really ugly, and it's happened to people that I know, and it's not fun. So brooding chickens are really not a good idea to have if you don't want to have any babies. Unfortunately, getting rid of brooding chickens is a difficult thing. It can be done, but there doesn't really seem to be any one consistent way of doing it other than just removing it from the flock and giving it to somebody else and never keeping contact with it again. What I've done is I've tried using a spritzer water bottle, and that doesn't really work. I've tried putting the hose on them, just shooing them out all the time, and then counting eggs in the morning, and after everybody's laid, put a block on the door so they don't get to go in during the day. But it doesn't really work. So let me show you one of the bad things about a brooding chicken, and that is that they pick their feathers off, and it's very, very ugly. I'll show you what it looks like. I don't know if you guys remember the movie The Jerk, Steve Martin, but they're talking about that scene where it's cat juggling and he says, "Oh, that's awful." So this kind of reminds me of the same thing, because this poor little chicken has plucked a lot of her breast feathers off in preparation for keeping these eggs warm, and they do this so they can get that egg right up next to the skin and make some good contact. But you know, if you look at this, that's what's going on, and it's, you know, not very pretty, but it's totally normal for a chicken that's got a fertile egg, and that's what they do, and they're kind of built that way, I guess. And they do get them back, but the thing is, once they brood, they go out of egg production, and that is not what we want. We want them to keep laying eggs. So using the water is one idea. Putting them in water is another idea, and I've done that once before. It seemed to work for about maybe 2 weeks. So I'm going to show you how to do it now. It seems cruel and inhumane, and it's not. And my justification is this. Chicken is really warm. It's very comfortable inside. You get it wet, and it doesn't want to be inside and sitting down. It wants to dry off. It kind of forces it to stay outside for a while, and that's what I'm going to do. And it's not horrible. It's not painful. It's over very quickly. You don't keep them submerged at all. You just kind of keep them a little wet. There. Now, doing that will prevent her from wanting to run back upstairs and nest again, or at least for the amount of time that she's wet. And that's good, because that'll allow her the opportunity to socialize and hang out and get some food. She's got water over here. She can hang out and get some water at the drinking fountain, the cooler here. It's also a very hot day. You can see all these other chickens are very warm. And she can also get some food up here. I've got some food scraps up here. So we're all set. This is kind of a nice thing. It's a food feeder. It sits on a little wire mesh table, and everything kind of collects down here in a bucket. And at the end of the day, I just put it back in there again. So it's kind of a cool thing. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later.